Hey friends, today we're just going to roll out the outer hips using a wall. Frequently people will roll out on the floor, but it can be a little bit too much, especially if you're holding a little bit more tension in the hips, which a lot of us do. So for this technique, I'm using the Alpha Balls from Yoga Tune-Up. If you need to get a pair, the link will be below. But I'm going to take one ball and take it out of the sock. I really like this size for kind of the glute area because it's nice and big, but also targeted. So really what you're gonna do is find the outside of your hip so you can roll really this whole space and even wrap around the front and the back. But I like to start kind of dead in the center, kind of right what I call the side booty. You're then gonna pin the ball between the wall and your leg. I like to just start with generally exploring. So I'm using my body to move the ball against the wall. So I start with just kind of circles around the hip. This will take me outer hip. I even get a little bit into kind of the glute, even down into that sit bone by kind of leaning forward. But I start with just exploring and noticing where the tension is. And I'm noticing already that I have more tension kind of more towards the outside lower hip than, or glute area than the back of the glute. So then, as you can kind of see, I naturally just go to the spot that's a little bit more tender and start just cross fibering, rolling back and forth here. And I'll stay like 5 to 10 rolls in one spot, move the ball up a couple inches, do 5 to 10 on the other. So I'm just going back and forth like that. I'll then kind of find a spot up and go up and down. That's another way to kind of cross fiber. It's all depending on the direction of the muscle, but for our purposes, in the outer hip, I'm just gonna either go up and down or side to side. And the more I lean into the wall, the more intense it will be. With this in particular, to lean into the wall more, I'd kind of bend over and kind of stick my butt into the wall. That's gonna cause more intensity. The closer I get my feet to the wall and the more upright I stand, the less intense it will be. So then from there, what you can do is, so I'm rolling out my right leg. You can place all your weight onto your left leg and then move the right leg around the ball. So the ball stays still on the wall and then your leg moves. So I start with just kind of lifting the leg, kicking it back. And then probably one of my favorites is the leg stays straight and you rotate the toes, the whole leg and the toes out and in. I kind of do a combination of rotation and lifting. And then I always finish up with kind of the circles again to see if there's any spots that I want to get into that I might have missed, things like that. But it's just a really great way to kind of check in with any of the tension in your hips and always do the other side, even if you don't think you need it. And this gets the fascia working, especially through those glute medius, outer hips, all of these attachments that come in at the side of the hip there. And I actually find it's much easier and more effective for my own body, but for a lot of people's body, to do it on the wall, because sometimes the floor is just too intense and you're really holding on and gripping instead of relaxing into the kind of self-massage. Alrighty, give that a try and let me know if you have any questions. Bye everyone.